Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here today with day number 7 of the 12 days of Christmas. Today's prompt was Christmas baking. So, this is hosted by Rosa Kelly, who is Rosa Kelly Scrapbooking here on YouTube, and I am joined by Debbie, who is Deborah Adams Creative Life, and Kimmy, who is Salty Beach Scrappers. So, the way I interpret Christmas baking is I was thinking of like a recipe book slash mini album because, I was looking at this picture, and this is the cookies my mom makes, and she uses a specific recipe that I have laminated. And so what I thought would be really cute is to have your recipe and your pictures and a place to write why you picked that recipe in that picture. So I made this not so mini album. It's a 6x9. Let me show you the paper collection. I used Echo Park Have a Holly Jolly Christmas because it had some baking elements in it. It's traditional color Christmas. So yeah, let's get right into it. Very minimal decoration because that is my style, clean and simple. The paper was very busy, and so I, just kind of left it plain. Here is the first page. I didn't do any pockets on the cover because I was thinking maybe, you can have your picture and journal, or for those who like to write, in the different shapes, they can rectangle journal there. And then here's this page here. So this is a little bit bigger than a 3x4. This is a photo spot for 3 3/8 by 4 1/4. So I just thought that'd be really cute. A 3x4 picture will work perfectly. You can also put your 2x2s if you wanted to down here as well. Okay, or you can, do whatever you want. Some little collaging, little tuck spot. And then it is a half page type thing, and so it opens up to a beautiful space. Again, you can layer your larger pictures if you want. You can layer your smaller. You want to show more of the paper. There you go. You can add journaling. Now this here has a little bit of a tuck spot, so you can add a picture, you can add recipes, whatever you want. Your 2x2s are going to fit here, and your 2x2s will fit here as well. So you can glue a recipe down, you can clip it, you can tuck it, or you can put it, oh, don't fall, in the pocket here. Every single page is a pocket page. Oh, come on. So if you want to put your recipe, like laminate it, put your recipe in there, maybe put a little paper clip or something so you can easily pull it out and have the recipe and the picture of, what you guys made, right? So I thought that was super fun. Here's the next page. This will fit, I don't think it'll fit a full 4x6, but you can always crop it down. Yeah, this is about 5 1/4 by 4. So you have to crop your picture down or use your 3x4s. And again, these are just little tuck spots. Oh, that looks gorgeous like that. And you can just, tell your whole story. Write your recipe here. However you want to do it. You can always add more stickers to the end. I don't like to add anything until I have the pictures in there. And then when you open it up, it's basically the same little layout on both sides. So you have room for more pictures on the back. Huge layout if you want to do your full 4x6 or 5x7. You could do that. Or your combination. You can do that too. Again, a recipe would go great there. or in any of the pockets or any of the flips or in the pockets. Okay, your next page. This one, I really had fun doing all of this color blocking. Color blocking is not usually my style, but I'm learning how to do it and I'm loving it. And so you just open it. You have your space for your picture here, your 4x6, and some journaling, or your combinations. And don't be afraid to go over these little lines. Like if you want something like this, and you want this like this, and you want to squeeze something else in there like that, don't be afraid. Look at that blocking. Look at how cute that is. You don't have to be confined by the lines, right? Okay, super fun. The right side is the same. Okay, and then the next page is just, it looks like it's a double page, like a gatefold or something. It's not. I just did that so you can add your pictures kind of however you want. You have to cut them down, obviously. If you want to put, let's say you want to put your cookies here, your little Santa Claus here, well, your business card right here. So you can do any of that combination on this page, cross over the lines, have fun with it. Okay. Put your puppies down there or on top, whatever you want. All right, and then I just kind of repeated what I did on the front. I just changed the sticker. It's the same thing with your little tuck spot. Actually, I think this one I had to glue down. Oh no, it's a tuck spot. Tuck in your recipe or your pictures, whatever you want to do. Just tuck it in there. Maybe, if you have some tags or something you want to add, you can do that. And then the last page is a pocket page. I just stuck some cut aparts and I made a little booklet. Put your pictures on your booklet. This will hold your 4x6 pictures. Booklet is my favorite word that Rosa says. I just love her accent. And that's one of my favorite words that she says. This one I had a little oopsie daisy with the paper. It cracked and I fixed it and now it looks wrinkled. But, when you put your pictures, it will be fine. Just cover it up. Again, don't be afraid to go over those lines and put whatever you want down there. And then here's the back. Okay. So I did use the Hidden Hinge PLUS binding system. So I do not have the license to teach that. So you need to go over to Paper Phenomenon and get that if you want the exact same. And I'm not going to show you guys how to cover your chipboard to make a mini album. You guys know how to do that. But I will show you how to put the pages together. I have my little cheat sheet here. What you're going to need are 5 pieces of 12 by 9. Okay, you actually need 4 pieces of 12 by 9. I decided to do mine in craft instead of black, so I can use it with a different paper collection. So 4 pieces at 12 by 9, and do not throw away the extra 3 inches because you're going to use that later on. Alright, so 12 by 9 on all 4. Our pages are 6 by 9, but our album, well, if you use the Hidden Hinge Plus, you need to do 6.5 by 9.5. I always forget that, and I did mine 6 1/4 by 9 1/4, and so it's too short. But that's okay. It still looks really cute. I didn't mind. Alright, so now you're going to take all of your 12 by 9 pieces. You're going to score them in half at 6. I wanted to make a box for this, but I don't have big enough paper to do like a presentation box. So, okay, one more. Alright, so now at this point what we're going to do is go ahead and varnish and put tape on one side. I'm using 3/8 size tape. If you are a wet glue person and you hate tape, then you're just going to have to wait to do this until the very end when you're attaching it to your hinge. Alright, so this is all we're doing is just varnishing and taping. And last one. Okay. Right. So now you're just going to go ahead and put those to the side. Mine's off a little bit. What did I do here? Apparently I did not either score this right or I didn't varnish it right. Alright, there we go, problem fixed. Okay, so take those 4, put them off to the side. Now you need, I didn't do this step, I didn't do the booklets. Now you need 2 pieces that are 6 by 9. And scored at a half. Now, I'm giving you 6 by 9, but this is the page we're working on here. Now, this one here is a 1/2 inch shorter because I just wanted the green to pop out. So you can decide if you want this to be the full 9-inch length or if you want it like the tiny little 1/2 inch off. So I'm just going to tell you to cut them 6 by 9, and that way you can determine on your own later on if you want to cut that 1/2 inch off or whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut our 9-inch side, and then I'm gonna cut them by 6 and then score them at a 1/2 inch on the short side. So put the 6-inch side at top and score it at a 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna go ahead and tape mine at the same time on the dented side. That's going to make your inside flaps like I just showed you. Yes, I'm taping before I decide if I want to cut that 1/2 inch off. For this one, I'm just going to put them on the page as is. I'm not going to cut it, but you always have the option to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put those to the side, and then I need... I didn't write everything down. Oh, I did. Okay. So for my 1/2 page little piece here, I need 2 pieces that are 4.5 by 7.5. Okay, so 4.5 by 7.5. All right, so let's just cut our 7.5. All these measurements will be in the description box. By 4.5. And then 4.5. These ones don't get scored or anything because it is this piece right here. Okay, it's your little page, your little faux half page thing. Okay, now we need to go ahead and make this flap here that's in red. What you're going to do is take 2 of those 3-inch pieces that we cut, and we need to do them 3 by 9, scored at 1/2 inch on the short side. So I have both of them here, and it's already 3 inches, so go by 9. And then score at 1/2 inch on the short side. So put the 3-inch side at the top. And let's go ahead and tape those. Okay, I had to write it down. So I make sure I put it in the description box. Alright, so let's go ahead and tape these up on the dented side. And if you need to cut yours down by 1/8 of an inch, when you get into your pages, you can do that too. You can always cut off. You cannot add back. So I just leave mine. Alright, so that's our 1/2 pages. So these need to go together. Right, now we need our pocket, which is our last page here, is our pocket. I feel like I'm skipping something. Skipping these guys. Okay, well let's do these guys first. And I did not write down the measurements for these, so excuse me a second. Alright, so these need to be, these are our flaps. They need to be 6 by 4 1/4. And then scored on the long side at 1/2 inch. So you need 4 of those. Okay. Oh. I love when I have scrap that I can use. So we need 4 of these, which are 4 1/4 by 6. By 6. So there's 2 of them. We need to score it on the long side at 1/2 inch. Okay. Look in your scrap bag for any additional scrap that you have in that size, which I don't have any. Because I have no idea where my scraps are right now. So 4 1/4 by 6, scored on the long side at 1/2 inch. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and tape those up. I go back and forth on my preference of if I want to cut everything out first and then score, or cut and score as I'm going along, or, you know, I do things chaotically. It just really depends on my mood. Chaos makes sense to me. sense doesn't make sense. Like I'm crafting over all this stuff, you know. But let you put a spoon in the wrong place in my kitchen and I'm going to have a heart attack. But chaos in my craft room is comforting. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we have our 4 things that go on page 2. Now we need our pocket, which you're going to pull out that 3-inch scrap that we already used. And you need a pocket that is 3 by 6 7/8. And I like this scrap. Here. Okay, now you need to score it on 3 sides at 1/2 inch. So once on the short side, twice on the long side to make your pocket. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and tape that up. I think, where's my tape? My camera shifted. Okay, whatever. I know yesterday's tutorial, some of it was not in frame because I didn't realize my camera shifted because I'm looking down at my project and not up at the screen. So, yeah. Wasn't any important parts that were out of frame, but alright, let's go ahead and miter our corners. Just making a basic pocket. Alright, my pocket is done. That should be everything. And you can use these scraps as booklets, you know, matting purposes, add some of the cut aparts, you know. This is pretty much all we have left. And, well, for me, this is what I have left in these 2 little squares. So I didn't waste a lot of paper doing this album. Alright, so let's put some stuff away. Let's go ahead and handle our pages. So I work chaotically. I did the middle first and then the last page and then just chaotically. I'm not going to work chaotically for you guys, okay? We're going to work page by page. So take one of your pages and make sure your opening is to the left, okay? And your seam is on the right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this page first. So you need to grab one of your 3-inch by 9-inch and your 4.5 by 7.5. You need to grab that. Go ahead and varnish back your 1/2 inch score mark. Take off your backing, or if you're using wet glue, go ahead and glue now, and you're going to put it right up to that edge. So yes, I completely turned mine upside down because that is what I have to do in order to get it straight. Okay, so do what you have to do to keep it straight. Now, my page is overhanging. I don't want that overhang, so I'm going to cut it off. Okay, there we go. Alright, so varnish it in. Again, my opening is to the left. My seam is to the right. If it is easier for you to add your flips and flaps when you have your pocket pages already on your hinge, by all means do that. I'm just not going to show the hidden hinge because I don't want any of the heat. I do not have a license to teach it. I don't want any confusion. I am not teaching that. So if you got to put your base pages on first and then your flips and flaps, hey, that's do you. Okay. Now this one, I am not going to mat this, okay? Because obviously there's no paper down here and it's easier just to mat Oh gosh, I'm showing you something you can't even see. It's easier to mat this and then put this down. You can color block. So if you want to put a 1-inch strip here and then 2 other strips above and below your page, you can do that. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is just take a paper clip and clip it here to this page. I think I have paper clips right here. I do. Okay. These little weird clips I got while I was in Bahrain. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and clip that so I know that's where that goes. Okay. Like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and we are here. We're going to put these down before you mat so that way you can cover up those hinges. Okay. Now your opening is to the right, your seam is to the left. Take 2 of your flaps. We're going to go ahead and fold and varnish. And we're going to lay them where we want them on our page. And you can, by all means, make this your own album. If you don't like these flips and flaps, don't flip and flap. Maybe you only want one, or you want a vertical one, or whatever you want. Make it your own. Or copy exactly like mine, because I think mine was pretty great. Not gonna lie. Alright, so I'm giving myself about 1/8 of an inch border from the bottom. And I'm going to give myself about 1/8 of an inch border from the top. And wherever they meet in the middle, that's where they meet in the middle. Okay. There we go. So we have page 2 done. You can round your corners, you can use your fancy punches, whatever your little heart desires, do it. Okay, so now we need to get our page 3, so we need another base page. Okay. Base page, make sure your opening is to the left, your seam is to the right. Get your other 2 flaps, varnish, and place. Okay. This is how I'm going to place mine because I want them to match. So I'm going to line up my paper like this. And just, you know, kind of get them kind of the same. Yes, I just flipped the page to the opposite side of where it needs to be, but I want these to line up. Yes, I'm overthinking it at this moment in time, and I want that there, and then make sure this is straight. There we go. Varnish. And see how easy, boxes are so much easier. I should have come up with a box. No, this is pretty easy. It's just right now I'm just overthinking it for no reason. Okay. Alright, so this is page 2 and 3. Varnish it in. So now you have your flaps going this way and you have your flaps going that way. If you put your flaps on opposite, do not fret, okay? If you have undo, which is this stuff, and you use tape, just undo it. You know, put the stuff on there, take it off. If you use glue, you cannot undo, okay? But if you put your flaps on the wrong side, who cares? Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, okay? So you'll just have all of your flaps going in one direction. That is perfectly okay. All right, so now we're going to flip it to where your opening is to the right, your seam is to the left, and we just did this layout. Now we're here. So we're going to go ahead and put our 2 flaps down. Our what are these, 6x9s? We're going to put those down, okay? So we're going to go ahead and varnish. In this album, it goes a lot quicker. I'm just catering to all levels of scrapbookers right now. Okay, so we're just going to line it exactly up and get it as close to the edge as you can. There we go. And apparently my paper is bigger. I didn't check for that. So I have some overhang. Okay, so that was that. This is this side. I need another base page. Now this one, the opening's to the left, the seam is to the right. And I'm going to do the same thing. I need to turn my paper because I work better from the bottom up. I don't know why, I just do. If I don't turn my paper upside down, then I struggle. And it's weird. But that's how my chaotic brain works, so we just deal with it. Okay. And again, if you didn't pay attention to where your base page was and this is upside down, you're fine. You haven't matted. Don't freak out. You'll just have stuff in different places. It's okay. Crafting's supposed to be fun. Alright, so now we are in the middle of our book. This is where we're at with these two flappies. So now this page gets nothing on the back of this one, which is great. So now all I have to do is flip this over and that gets nothing because I just used paper there. Okay, so get your last base page and we have another faux flap thing and then your pocket. I don't know what to call this. Half a page. That thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our 3x9. And put it, okay. My opening is to the left, my seam is to the right. And sorry if my head's in the camera. I didn't think that through. Okay. Clippy for our this page, the 4.5 by 7.5. Clip that on there because we're gonna mat that. Well, y'all are gonna mat it. I'm not gonna mat on on camera. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over, and again, the opening is to the right, the seam is to the left. We're gonna take our pocket and we're gonna varnish, 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 and we're gonna stick our pocket down at the bottom. I don't mat underneath my pockets. I just don't. Alright, so get that down as close to the edge as you want. Sometimes I like to leave a border, like a little tiny border between mine. Some people don't like that, so whatever your preference, obviously do that. Okay, so here we are. Oh, that's going to irritate me. I'm going to have to put something there. You can make your little booklet if you want to. This is just 8.5 by 6.5. No, 8.5 by 6.25. Scored at 4.25. So that way your booklet is 4.25 by 6.25. You have room for 1, 2, 3, 4 by 6 pictures with a little border. I could probably show you that. What did I do with those pictures? Here we go. This is a 4 by 6, and it will give you just like a little bit of a border. The booklet measurements will be in the description box. We're not going to make a booklet. Right. So that is it. That is all the pages. Now, what you're going to do is go ahead and when you have your hinge, I'm going to show you just a little tiny trick on here. Obviously, it's not going to be a real hinge. Okay, so this is our hinge, our binding system, right? So when you go to put your pages on, this is already going to have tape on it. And you're just going to lay it like so. And just take a little piece of tape off and close it onto your hinge. You know, same thing, remove your bottom. Do not put tape on the top if you want it to be a pocket. If you just want your pages, then you're fine. But if you want to be able to put something in your pages, you need to leave the top undone. Sorry, I can't see. Oh my gosh. Ugh, my hand-eye coordination is completely off, guys. So here you go. You can put your, like I said, put your little recipe in there. Make a little tab so it's easy to pull in and out. There you go. All right. If you guys do need help with a hinge system, I can show you. Well, I have a ton of videos. Rosa has a ton of videos. I know Kimmy and Debbie do too on hinge systems. You can just look back on hinges and covers. It's just a chipboard cover, just your standard mini album cover. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.